So
Spoiler
time.
Oh wait. We have to do it.
What are we doing?
I'll feel rapture. Oh, rapture. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah. Oh, rapture.
And God said.
What did he say?
And God said.
What did he say, Pastor?
He may not come when you want him.
What?
But he'll be there.
Yeah.
I said he'll be there.
Yeah.
I said he'll be there.
Yeah.
Right on time.
Yes, he will.
Mercy. But yeah, first thing we're gonna get out of the movie. This movie, the first thing, both of us, like, we had a Facebook friend that posted that this felt like the rapture, and I promise you, that was the first thing in my head when
it actually happened.
When Ish went down.
Happened. It wasn't the rapture that they expected it was gonna be.
Oh, it wasn't the rapture they wanted, but it's the rapture that they needed.
According to Thanos, they need half of everybody to be taken away. Everybody.
Okay, so starting out with this movie, the very first scene was, like, from the first scene on, I called everything that happened from then on in my head, which, as you saw in the non-spoiler review, was my primary reason for being pissed off when I left this theater. The first scene, we see time guy that opens up the portal. I can't remember his name for anything, but the guy that opens up portals in Asgard to get the characters where they needed to go conveniently, he got stabbed in the first couple of minutes. Idris. Okay, Idris got stabbed in the first couple of minutes of the scene. Yeah, we'll go that route.
Just say the real name.
He got stabbed in the first few minutes, and instantly in my head I said, "Oh, that's not good for Wakanda." Instantly.
Wakanda about to die.
The first death on the screen is
Wakanda,
the brother.
not forever.
The brother. And I was like, that's...
Yeah, that was like, really, Disney?
Yeah.
Really, Disney?
Yeah.
Did you really do that to the brother?
And then,
did you really?
And then from that point on, it was just tropes and
Yeah.
tropes and tropes. But no, another part of that scene that I particularly loved.
What did you love?
When Thanos was, like, beating the mess out of Hulk, and of course we'll find out later that's the reason why Hulk won't come out, because he's afraid of Thanos. But anyway, when he was beating the snot out of Hulk, I was like, oh no. Oh, they used the Hulk line. What is this?
Yeah!
What is this?
It was like the Hulk.
We have a Hulk. Getting his tail beat down.
But you know what that reminded me of? That reminded me of Hulk versus Iron Man.
That's
because
true.
he was like, go to sleep.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay, this is reminiscent. And that didn't come out like we thought it was going to.
It didn't. And
it didn't.
So, yeah, like,
or like they thought it was going to.
Yeah, like, the only thing that was great.
Yeah.
That was one of those.
Like, everything with Thor was fun.
Oh, yes.
Like, it just seemed like they had these beats where it was like sad, where as soon as it got sad,
sadness.
and then it was like Thor.
Pretty much.
And Thor was the comic relief, funny enough, that it wasn't the Guardians of the Galaxy, which
I was expecting
are
that.
the funny ones.
Yeah, I was expecting, Star-Lord to come in with the quippy line every now and again, maybe Groot to come out with his "I am Groot" and, just do his thing and kind of throw everybody off. That was not the primary driving force for the comedy in this movie, and that surprised me.
Yeah, that was surprising.
Yeah.
Yes. But, like, but it didn't have a plot. Like, they tried their best. Okay, so that was one of the things that bothered me. I don't really like things that start off abrupt. Like, whenever things start off in the middle of the action, then I think, oh, this is the middle of the story. So they're going to say 13 hours before.
And then they fill in the blanks.
Yeah. But no, they did not. They were like, hey, guess what? We're here.
Yeah.
And how do we even get here?
I think I would have appreciated more, and we'll talk more about this later, if they had cut out the parts where Gamora and Thanos were expanding their little storyline and put the reason why Thanos was able to wipe everybody out in that first scene,
Right.
as part of the movie.
In that ship.
But yeah. That was another side note that I was.
Oh, was that the movie that we skipped the end credits? We did.
We did skip the end credits.
For Thor Ragnarok.
That's
so they
probably why. That's when they filled it in. Okay.
They probably filled it in there.
They filled it in.
This is why you need to stay for the end credits.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna miss out on that. Oh, you know what? Comment down below if we missed that in the end credits.
Yeah.
You know what? That would make sense.
It would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And it would make me feel a lot better about the movie. Not much better.
Yeah.
But
yeah, because it'll be like, oh, this is where we left off. Yay!
Exactly.
Go Disney, go Disney, go. But the thing is, like I was saying before, is that Disney has done a great job, or Marvel has done a great job in letting every movie be its own movie.
Right.
Like only flashing back to the things that you need to know in order to follow this movie.
Exactly.
This movie didn't do that. And like I said, there was this one person that was sitting next to me who saw Bucky and said, hey, that's the Winter Soldier. Now, this was after he appeared with his arm.
Yeah. So she had clearly not folled the canon.
No.
She didn't watch.
I feel like she stopped at Winter Soldier.
Probably so. But yeah, she was kind of. Yeah, let's not talk about the lady. She was annoying. Anyway, basically
she messed up one joke for me, and I can't remember what it was. What did I say it was?
I can't remember.
Oh.
They were saying there was a witty line, and then she started laughing beforehand or something. I can't.
Right, and I can't remember what it was, but it was just like, woman, if you don't shut up.
It was kind of like this. You know how you go into a joke and you're like, why did the chicken cross the road? And then somebody's like, what? Okay, I didn't even punchline. What?
Yeah.
Where are we?
I had to I was just like, no, get thee behind me, devil. And I had to really, really listen in as to what.
Get thee behind me, colonizer.
She wasn't a colonizer though.
Oh, that makes it worse. But yeah,
she was an old lady.
Oh, okay, that's why.
Yeah,
she was too seasoned.
Anyway, so what bothered me, so outside of so we talked about how I was in the middle of talking about how every movie was beforehand was actually a movie.
Right.
And only flashing back. Like even Black Panther,
mm-hmm.
they flash back to his father dying and him over his father.
Yep.
That was relevant towards Black Panther.
Yes, it was.
This movie was just like, screw you people who didn't watch the movies beforehand or didn't read the comics.
Because you were supposed to go to that, 17 movie marathon.
Yeah.
Before the movie came out.
Yeah. You should have caught it. You should have caught it on Infinity.
Yeah, how dare you not be there?
How dare you? How dare you?
Oh, man.
And then there were, most of the one-liners,
mm-hmm.
They were pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
But you can tell where there was one-liner that should have gotten cut because Ant-Man wasn't in it.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
And
there's a Ant and a Spider-Man. Oh, and
then the thing is, it was Bruce Banner who said it, and Bruce Banner wasn't in Civil War where, he would have met
anybody.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, like the Ant-Man whole Ant-Man arc. In fact, was he able to meet Spider-Man before the?
No, but the thing is, he was able to not before, but I mean that's the reason why he said we have an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man.
Okay, because he had met him before
he
the
found out
actual
about
fight.
It.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, I see that.
So that
makes sense.
It made sense for him to say
we have
Spider-Man.
A Spider-Man. Yeah,
but it wouldn't make sense for him to say we have an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man.
Right,
and it's like.
Yeah.
But you didn't meet Ant-Man
at all. If we missed something in that, by the way, please let us know.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Maybe we missed something.
Maybe we missed something.
Because, the shoehorn Gamora thing, where Gamora knew where, it was.
Infinity Stone.
And it was like, yeah, I know where it is. No, she didn't even say I know where it is. She said, "Oh, I have a map, or I had the map, but I burnt it."
They alluded super hard when she was in the ship with the rest of the crew of the ship that she knew where it was. Like, you know how they do that silent thing? Oh, if anybody knows any information, now's the time. And she was that kid that was like, I might know something I don't think I should tell you.
You need to kill me.
Yeah. Make sure you kill me if worse comes to worse. And I'm like, oh, that means you know something. Say it.
Right. But if I tell you, then you'll die too.
Oh, you'll die.
Oh, you'll have to die. Oh, little did she know he'll die anyway.
I know, right?
Oh my God, he was the reason why this all happened.
Okay.
When Star-Lord.
Okay, well, we got to get to a little points in between before we get there. Like,
we don't.
Yeah,
I mean, this is just spoiler talk.
I know.
We just talk freely.
I know, but I want to.
I'm going to exercise my First Amendment.
A little bit beforehand. Can we just do one more thing beforehand?
Fine,
please.
Fine.
Yay. Okay, so there was a section of the movie when Vision and
Black Widow.
There we go.
I mean, unless you're talking about his girl, which is Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah. Oh, my bad. Scarlet Witch. When they were having yes. But yeah, when they were having their little love affair, run away from society.
They eloped. That was just so cute.
BS. I was already ready to say that she was gonna be a linchpin in the storyline. Like when they showed how close, and they made it a good a point to accentuate how lovey-dovey they were. I was like, okay, one of two things is gonna happen. Either Vision is going to live and she's gonna die, or other way around. And the reason why I figured it was going to be Vision that went in that scene was because she said, I feel you. Only you. And I'm like, oh, nope. She said she gave the death flag first, automatically. So, yeah, I'm sorry. That was the thing I want to talk about. That was one of the things that I called toward the beginning of the movie, that this was going to happen because of the way they interacted and the lines that she said. There was no way he wasn't going to die.
Well, I mean, how it should have ended was Black Widow not giving, them a second chance to live, not having mercy.
Right.
And what else? Star-Lord not screwing up and having feels.
That's how we segue into that part, because they both screwed up in the same-ish way for those feels.
I don't know. I understand, her feels... understood, even his feels understood.
Yes.
However, you couldn't wait till the gauntlet is taken off. Before you just, screwed up the whole plan.
Here's the thing. If I were in Star-Lord's position, I probably would have done the same thing, because at that point, there was... He felt that weight of there being nothing left to lose in respect to his feelings. He doesn't have a mom. He doesn't have a dad.
But it's been said that their family, the family that he acquired, was his family, right. Or the crew was his family.
But you can't.
That was the whole point of the last movie,
the Guardians of
the Galaxy movie, the Volume 2. That was the point.
But yeah, you took.
Sometimes water is thicker than blood.
You took his heart and kind of ripped it out in front of him, and I understand personally. I understand why, but was it dumb? Oh yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes, that was horrible. And yeah, at least. Oh my goodness. At least Doctor Strange could have given him a heads up, like, hey dude, they're going to talk about your girl about to die or dead. So,
I mean, that would have counted him out of the fight entirely, though. He would have been like that.
I mean, but that would have given him enough time to figure it out because they figured out this plan.
That's true.
And they were like, this is my plan. All right, great. So they figured out this plan. I would say maybe after they figured out the plan, they would have been like, okay, man, I just want to tell you something. Your girl dead.
See, but when he put that plan together, he made sure that he was kind of an integral part of it. He used those sticky bombs, and he used the teleportals, and he was shooting. Like I said, if they'd have told him before the fight, he would. He would have been a good chance done.
So I mean, I don't know. I really don't. So let's talk about the rapture.
Mercy.
Let's talk about it. The rapture. You have to talk about it like that because it was a rapture. Yes. Like it was. So he talked about how half has to be taken away.
Half of the universe.
And so what I gathered was So T'Challa died. Exactly.
Called it.
We called that one.
As soon as Staff Man got stabbed at the beginning, I was like, oh, somebody's going down. At first, I thought it was going to be M'Baku because the first thing T'Challa said when they went, the first scene that he was in, they were like, oh yeah, M'Baku's my main man now. I was like, oh, here he goes. That's one of the two things that actually threw me off in this movie with respect to plot. I called everything else.
But the thing is, and the reason why T'Challa had to get it was because Shuri, most likely Shuri is going to become
the
Black
mantle.
Panther.
Yeah,
and that's comics. So that made sense. I knew it. We both caught it. Yeah. Now the flipper was Iron Man. Iron Man didn't catch it for two reasons, in my opinion.
Okay.
And this it kind of goes back to, or not. I haven't shared it with you. Was that it seemed like the rapture. It was just more so everybody who shared similar plot lines or similar powers. One was saved and the other one was
axed.
So you had
War Machine and Hawkeye.
Yeah, War Machine lived. And so Hawkeye. His name is Falcon.
Falcon. There we go. Falcon. I knew it was a bird.
Your names are horrible.
I knew it was a bird.
Well, so Falcon had to catch it.
Right.
And plus they're both black. Sub characters.
It was only a matter of time.
Bruh. Because Okoye didn't die. That was another reason why I thought that Black Panther was going to die because not necessarily that they had the. Well, no. It was. I thought that Black Panther was going to die because of his sister. His sister was still alive. But Okoye. I knew Okoye was going to live only because I'm pretty sure that Disney understood from The Walking Dead that if Michonne dies,
you don't kill Michonne. We're going
to riot. That's just going to happen. And they kind of set it up that the women were going to be the most loved. Even though they killed a woman or two from the warriors.
Yeah, the Dora Milaje.
Yes. Yeah. Good job! I'm so proud of you.
Hey, I knew I had one in me. Got one name.
So that was, but yeah, as soon as because they were both fighting together, and it was just, reach out of the hand, and he's gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. But when it comes to Iron Man, it was like the battle of the goatees.
Yeah. Basically, it was either going to be Strange or it was going to be Iron Man.
Yeah, you can't have. There can only be one goatee. Sorry, but they had the same plot. The same character development. Basically, they both were arrogant, brilliant men who became heroes.
Right.
And one had to take the axe.
Yeah, the reason, as I mentioned previously, another reason why I figured Iron Man was probably not going to go was because his entire arc has been revolving around him being the one that survives. He was the Morgan of the Avengers. Speaking of Morgan from Walking Dead. Everybody dies. And I live.
I always leave.
But that was Iron Man, basically. So I was like, he's probably going to live.
Know what it is.
So he lived.
Yes, he lived. Peter Parker, it was a flip from what I expected. I knew it was going to be an emotional moment between
Tony and Spider-Man.
I didn't expect Spider-Man to get it. And so that was a flip. It was like, oh, he had his whole life ahead of him. He was just in high school, Disney.
Oh, by the way, that was the second thing that I missed, because Spider-Man wasn't even on my radar to be in the candidacy for dying.
Right.
So when that happened, that was the second thing. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh.
They got me on that.
Oh, and you know what? There's this meme that's going around as to like the three faces that you have in Infinity War. I'm sorry. Yeah, Comcast plug. Which was, oh, here's your reactions. And then they have a smile. And then they have a oh. And then they have cries. Yeah, I was only between the two. And that was my oh. Like, oh.
I'm sorry, my entire face was... yeah, pretty much the whole movie.
Let's see here. Bucky. Mm-hmm. Bucky bit the dust because Captain America lived.
Right.
They're too similar.
Drat. I was really hoping it would be flipped.
We called Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Or at least I called Star-Lord.
Yeah, you called it. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't think of like basically all the Guardians of the Galaxy except for the raccoon and Nebula.
Yeah. I don't think
you don't consider her as,
because she's just a blue girl that kind of was conveniently around for her sister at that one point and kind of said, oh, "Okay, I got your back" later on, and then disappeared into the Netherland and never come back until she kind of missed the opportunity to save her sister. Ironically, so I don't count her. She don't count.
But like, and Groot bit it because Thanos lived. I know it's technically Thanos is the one that's doing everything,
right?
But they are both technically infinite beings.
They live forever,
so
more or less.
He had to bite it.
Okay, I see that.
Let's see who else bit the dust that was prominent. Oh yeah, we already talked about War Machine living.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch had to bite it. And the thing is, even though Vision died, but Vision did not die because of the Rapture. We're calling it the Rapture. Vision did not die because of the Rapture. He died because, Thanos just killed him. He had to get the Infinity Stone.
Right.
But their powers were too similar.
Basically.
She had to die.
So, I'm sorry. Before I even say this, I know some of y'all are going to lynch me in the comment section. I understand, and I apologize in advance. But when Scarlet Witch died, I had to fight every urge in my soul from standing up and applauding. Yo, good job. Because she earned it 4 times in that movie to me. If she had lived through that moment, I'd have been like, no, I'm done with the movies. I can't do it. When she died, I was like, yes. Good job. Good job. Yeah.
And Ant-Man didn't die.
Allegedly.
Because he wasn't in the movie. He wasn't in the movie. Which is why that one line about Ant-Man and Spider-Man
didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense. Because he wasn't in the movie.
Unless
he was my pick to die because nobody cares about him. Yeah. But if he had been in it, then I would have had a different discussion as to who lived and why people lived and why people died.
Right.
Right. But yeah, like you have, but it could be argued that what's her name, Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel was coming, that's the reason why Scarlet Witch had to die.
Okay.
But that it is what it is.
Yeah.
Or that's the reason why Nick Fury died.
Oh my goodness, when Nick Fury bit it, I was like, you know what?
No!
I called it because, when he died, before he died, when they went to the scene where Nick Fury was, when they jumped to Nick Fury, I was like, oh, Fury's dead. Like,
I was hoping that since they took T'Challa.
Since they took T'Challa, you can't take him. You can't take him.
You can't take Samuel L. Jackson.
They got him.
You can't take. They got him low.
But
why low? Why?
Yeah.
Why did you take?
It was at the moment they flashed to that scene. I was like, he's dead. He can't live. He can't live.
Yeah.
So.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Peter Dinklage is in this. Dinklage. Peter. You were just going to say Peter.
Okay.
Because I don't want to. I think like saying Dinklage was bad.
No.
I think it's Dinklage.
It's Dinkage.
Dinkage?
I think it's Dinkage.
No, it's Dinklage.
Dinklage. Don't ask me.
Anyway, I know you're a horrible name guy. But yeah, he's in this as a dwarf that's actually taller than everybody. I thought that was a plot twist. He wasn't just thrown in, and I appreciate that, because it was like, okay, we found out that he was in. Yes, Dinklage. He was looking it up.
Hold up.
We see it spelled. Oh my God!
Wait.
Really?
Wait. It doesn't say.
Peter Dinklage.
Thank you,
Okay.
Dinklage.
All right.
At first I said it wrong.
Dinklage.
I said Dinklage, and so it's Peter Dinklage.
Yes.
There's an N, not a C. So yes,
Okay.
I got it right on the second try.
We got it.
But yeah, Peter is. If you don't know him, he's Tyrion from Game of Thrones. He was in this. He's perfect. He's awesome in Game of Thrones. He was pretty good here.
His performance was great.
Yeah, like Thor's scenes were pretty awesome. It was just like I could probably watch this whole thing with just Thor, which is funny because I don't really care. I didn't really care for Thor. Except, I won't even say except for Ragnarok. But they killed Loki. They
definitely killed Loki.
They killed my baby.
They killed him hard. Like, literally just, all right, I'm going to, all right. Yeah.
I mean, his trickster ways had to get him one of these days. Like, and then it's funny. Like, they made a joke that though they think that he's going to die, like, even if he really dies, I don't think anybody would believe that he's actually dead because he's died so many times.
Oh, and they played that out in the movie too.
They did.
When he was sitting in the shuttle with the raccoon, Thor was like having this discussion like back and forth with the raccoon. He's like, okay, so we've been through this before, but I think this one's gonna stick.
Yeah, I think he's dead this
time. Right. So it was
I loved how he broke the fourth wall somewhat that way.
Yeah.
And one part that I wish they broke the fourth wall, that it would have saved the whole thing for me. It would have taken me from a 3 to a 10 if Thanos, after snapping and
the screen going white
and that. And you see him you see him after that. He's just standing, and then he turns around, and I was expecting him to say, "Oh, you think it's going to be an after credit scene?"
Yeah, boy,
that would have been awesome. They missed out on a great opportunity there.
Yeah. Oh. Speaking of missed opportunities, there was a line in there when Thanos was fighting Spider-Man and all the dudes in the Avengers together. Half of the Avengers together, and he...
1/3.
A third. Yeah, he had a bunch of folks fighting him.
1/7.
1/7?
1/4. 1/4, because everybody broke up in like 4 different groups.
That's true. Okay, so he was fighting a fourth of the Avengers, and he pinned Spider-Man and was like, you little insect, basically, I don't have the time for you, but he called him an insect. And at that moment, Peter should have said, actually, I'm an arachnid. That would have been...
actually, I'm an arachnid!
Yeah, as he threw him away, I'm an arachnid! That would have made more sense. Because that was a one-liner that would have been like, oh, I see what you did there. But they never did that. So that to me was a missed opportunity, because that would have been like, oh, okay. They acknowledge, that he's not actually an insect.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nerdy jokes.
Yeah. I mean, oh my goodness. Spider-Man kept it up with the nerdiness.
Oh, yeah. He was fun.
Yes.
All the movie references.
All the movie references.
Tony Stark.
It's like
You make one more pop culture reference.
you've watched Aliens, right?
Yeah, you watched Aliens, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh wow. So yeah, I think that's
That's
about it. Like,
about it.
I mean, there were some fun moments, and we're laughing, but we're also like laughing at like how sad we are. You know what? What also I realized was that that Thanos got to see. Well, it ended with the same sun, the Wakandan sun, that Killmonger got to see in his last moments. And so I feel like there was
outside of a cave though, didn't he?
Yeah, he died outside of a cave, but T'Challa brought him up
To that same.
to see the sunset because that was important for him to see the
It was
sunset.
outside of that cave though.
Yeah, it was outside of the cave.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry.
It was outside of the cave
Mm-hmm.
at the cliff of a sun. At a cliff.
At the cliff, and then he got to see that same cliff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. Oh no, sunset. He got to see the same
sunset. Okay.
Yeah,
different
that was
cliff.
that. Yeah.
Same sunset. Different cliff.
Yeah, it was really a cliff. It was actually what I thought was a dick move. It was Bucky's shed. Because and then the thing is they were and how they were filming it or how the angle is seen as if it was Bucky and it's like this can't be Bucky because we just saw Bucky die.
Right.
And then
right.
it's like no, it's Thanos. Dagnabbit. And then they were like, Thanos will return. Like, are you serious?
I totally missed that reference. But no, that was another thing that I ended up calling with respect to the movie. Like, as soon as I heard that Infinity War was happening, I said jokingly to my lovely wife that, it would be interesting if this was a trilogy.
And I was like, no, this is the end.
This is
it.
Yeah, so...
But you know what? The whole fact that there was Black Panther's sequel, or Black Panther sequels in talks, that makes no sense.
That they would have another.
And so I didn't think of all that.
Yeah.
I was like, well, maybe they'll bring in some like other villains,
Possibly.
I mean, because Marvel is full of villains, especially since there's talk about X-Men coming in.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I'm sorry, world-ending events happen and you don't see not one X-person?
Hey, they don't have rights yet.
I know,
They don't have the rights.
I feel like they should have just pushed extra super hard for that little tie-in. Maybe,
We got we got Spider-Man. That's all that we're gonna get. We're going to get Spider-Man.
Fair enough.
That's as smart as we're gonna get.
Okay, I can appreciate it.
I was appreciating that it was just like Spider-Man or Peter Parker was on a field trip, and it was he noticed the danger, and so there are so many different storylines that have happened even within this universe that. Let's say an Ant-Man movie, like, why wouldn't Iron Man know that this is going on too? Like, that made no sense.
To a degree, I understand that, though, because, it's not a world-ending event that happened in Ant-Man. It was more like a local disturbance, And so,
okay, Thor.
Oh, okay. No, that's true.
Iron Man should have known about Thor's.
He should have known about
So, for Peter Parker to be like, oh, hey, dude, I need a distraction.
Yeah.
We're gonna die!
Oh my gosh, that was great. It's like, oh, what? Hey, could you make a distraction for me? The distraction's right there, man. I got this.
Yeah.
So that to me, that was probably if there was a favorite part of the movie, that was my personal favorite part. Because it was like, I was waiting for him to do something outlandish and off the wall, but outlandish and off the wall was right out the window. All you have to do is point attention to it, and he did that. And I was like, "Oh, perfect, perfect." So yeah, that was the movie at its best.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah. Yep. Not a good movie. Not a bad one. It's not as bad as we still. I'm not sure if we told you this, but we hated Iron Fist. So it's not as bad as Iron Fist.
Not as bad as Iron Fist.
It is not as bad as Defenders, which was brought down by Iron Fist.
Oh my gosh.
It's not as bad as Avatar. I mean, well, The Last Airbender.
The Last Airbender. Let's not talk about that, please.
It wasn't as bad as
my soul.
Of Independence Day 2.
That's true. It was not that bad. It was actually...
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah. Well, okay, because nothing is Dragon Ball bad, so...
It wasn't but I still had fun with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I mean, I understood, like...
I guess in that respect, those movies were actually kind of similar because it frustrated me. Dragon Ball frustrated me to no end, but I will admit... There were a couple of times in there where I had a little bit of fun. I was like, oh, that's kind of... Okay.
Yeah.
Got a little chuckle out of me.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing is that this movie fell into the same trap as the DC movie. Batman vs. Superman.
Batman v Superman. Oh my god.
It fell into that same trap.
It did.
Now, Justice League didn't fall into that trap, but what they did was they copied everything from the first Avengers
and stuck it.
So they had no choice but to be good. They just didn't.
Right. Great analogy. Marvel had been kicking the crap out of DC, like beating them senseless when it comes to movies.
You know what? Yeah.
And they had them in the chokehold.
They did.
You know that dramatic scene where the villain is holding them up by the neck, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm about to finish you off," and then all of a sudden, the Infinity War came out, and it's like they said, "You know what? Catch your breath. I'm gonna win anyway."
You know what? They did a Black Widow.
Yeah. Yo.
They did a Black Widow.
They let them live. Like, Marvel, you had them.
You had them. You were doing so well.
They were blacking out.
Yeah.
And then you pulled this.
And then you did a DC. And this was one of the things that was so worrisome because you had like at least 22 characters off the top of my head.
There were a lot of characters.
You had a lot of characters. And then you brought in more characters. So there was just no way. Because they were... another thing that bothered me was that how they went from scene to scene. Now, I bet CinemaSins would have completely loved that they didn't say Scotland, this. Because, everybody knows where Scotland is, right?
One of the settings was space.
It was like, as opposed, and I'm pretty sure Jeremy would have said something along the lines of, yeah, I can't even send this. I can't because it's the space.
It's space.
Somewhere in space. But I did enjoy that they actually spelled out nowhere. Because in my head, I spelled out nowhere and
nowhere.
Like, it's like, it's nowhere.
Yeah.
But it was like, nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, no here. That's what it's no here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was spelled no here.
Yeah, no here. Yeah. But how they kept on going from place to place. Mm-hmm. I'll talk about that in a moment. When they went into the Gamora flashback,
right?
It became confusing because it was like, oh, Thanos is on this random planet and these people are running around. They all are green. Oh, well, who are these people? And then it was, wait, I think that's Gamora. And then it's revealed, yes, it is Gamora. And hey, this is a flashback. They gave us no warning.
That's true. I think that scene would have probably been served with even a little, back when I was younger, or
even a black and white scene.
A black and white, yeah.
Like, I guess you had to know her color in order to get that
it was. I think that they were trying to draw the lines and let you paint it in. Like they were trying to paint it and let you fill in the blanks, but it felt off there. Yeah. I understood that.
Yeah. And so we're talking about these scenes that went from one scene to another. Mm-hmm. But there was something that bothered me about it, and now I can't remember. I mean, other than, that it was just so abrupt. Like, there was no real segue into it. It wasn't like Star Wars where where you'll see this one scene, and then all of a sudden you'll see this ship just take up that scene, and then you're in a different scene.
Oh yeah, like the whole screen is a ship, and it's actually bigger than the planet that you're going to. That's
Like their transitions was just no. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Everybody calling a friend.
Oh my gosh.
It was like The Millionaire. Who wants to be a millionaire? Infinity War.
First of all,
hey, I have a friend.
The phone survived the apocalypse like 3 times.
You know what? That's a reason why we shouldn't have smartphones, guys.
There you go. Because if you get into the apocalyptic situations and buildings start falling, your phone will not survive because the screen is going to crack.
And you can't call, that person that you needed in order to fight your war.
Yeah.
That Ex Machina.
Yeah.
Because there were so many Ex Machinas.
Like, okay, I appreciated the fact that they did this typical hero trope thing where everybody was saving everybody because that's what they do. Mm-hmm. It's just sometimes the pacing was off, like you were saying.
It was like the last thing that you knew that you saw, or you should know that Steve Rogers is coming. Mm-hmm. Was Hulk or Bruce Banner picking up the phone and about to call Steve Rogers.
Yep.
And then it cuts to the next scene where it's Vision and Scarlet Witch, and then it's like, okay, great, but then they fight the little blah blah blah.
The scene.
And then, hey, who is that silhouette over there? It is Steve Rogers.
The interesting part about that scene was
Ex Machina.
when they stopped and they were looking over at Captain America. My brain said, "Oh, maybe there's something strange about the car. Something is about to explode."
Yeah, there was nothing that should have signaled Steve Rogers or Captain America.
There was a quick, not even a.
10, it was a train.
Not even 10 frames.
I mean, yes, it was a Harry Potter sounding train.
Yeah. But
why is there a train that screams? I just want to know.
Because the whistle. Anyway, yeah, there
was but there's no
whistle.
Anyway, whatever.
But yeah, so there was a quick moment in there where you saw a silhouette, and at that point, and it was like I said, it was like 10 frames. Silhouette, train, flashback to the face of the guy that was trying to kill everybody, and then back to Captain America, and, then there was nothing distinguishable there anymore because the train was passing by, and then that was the only signal that we got that it was going to be a person standing there, because before I had time to register the person, I figured there was going to be some kind of explosion or something happening that nobody expected that was not a person. And so it registered later that, there was actually a silhouette of a person there before the train came through. And that's, yeah.
I didn't see a silhouette before the train came through.
I almost missed it too. That's why I was saying it was like 10.
I saw it in the midst of the train. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, it's 10 frames.
Okay, whatever. And then there was a Thor Ex Machina.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, what is this light? That basically almost killed everybody. Yeah. Even his own people. Thor got that AOE, man.
He does.
I'm sorry. Thor was the MVP. He was the MVP.
I think he's been the MVP for the past couple of Marvel movies because they're trying to... I think they're setting him up to be the hero of everything that happens in, the next movie. And I also think he's going to be that guy that dies. Oh. He's going to be one of the 2 permadeaths, the second one being the black guy that died in the first 7 or 8 minutes of the movie, and I was pissed off about it. Anyway, those 2 are going to be the only deaths. I'm calling it right now, before we even see the second movie, everybody's coming back. All the peoples.
Wait, before we go any further, let's do a challenge.
Snap.
Yeah. Like this video if we got your guesses right in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did you hit the like button? Awesome.
All right. But yes. So yeah, I'm calling it now. Everybody's coming back. Thor's gonna die, and what's his face is gonna stay dead. Loki's gonna live somehow because we did not have a burial. We did not have any closure beyond him laying on the ground. Like that was it. We've seen him like that before.
See, he died way too much, and so we just don't believe he's a Glenn.
But see, he's
Glenn.
My thing is he's done this death scene before with that exact face.
No,
well,
no,
not
no,
the exact
no,
face,
no,
because before
he had his color.
Yeah, he had. His color.
like pale color.
Yeah, he was pale and not dead.
Not
looking.
the Blue Man Group color.
Yeah, but he was in a dark spaceship though. The spaceship was dark and it had blue lights in there.
No, but we could definitely see his face turn from pale to blue. So
fair enough. But no, he's coming back. I'm calling it now. Personal prediction. Jeff the Christian Gamer, he called it first.
I mean, I know that T'Challa's going to come back.
Yeah, everybody's coming back.
Yeah.
Except the only people, like I said, only people that's going to stay dead. Black guy with the portal and Thor. Only two.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can get down with that. Anything else that you want to discuss?
Let me think.
I mean, you know what? You should be asking me this because we're on your channel right now.
Yeah, we're on my channel. That's right. But yeah, I think that probably will about do it. Like there were, favorite scene of the movie beyond the bus scene. Like my favorite action scene in the movie was when Thor came out of nowhere and he was almost hitting all of his companions. That was a little excessive. But when he jumped up to do that tomahawk throw down to smash oh my gosh. Yes, that was cinematic gold. Like he perfectly captured the essence of what I expected Thor to be in this movie. He was the guy. And so yeah, that was my favorite scene. That's it. That's all I had. We talked about the movie. It had its ups and downs. I honestly liked more about it than I hated, but the parts that I hated really threw
really brought it down.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. I just walked away pissed. Like, you know, and hey, if you guys want us to talk about Black Panther because we missed it, or anything you want us to talk about Thor Ragnarok because we missed it, leave it in the comments below. Definitely.
Yes.
But it was just like how I'm kind of waiting for me to possibly like it more, maybe. Get to that 6.
Let it grow on you.
Because, I had to, honestly, I walked out of Black Panther only liking it, but as time went on, I loved it.
Because the stuff kind of, it took a while to sink in.
There was a lot, it wasn't surface level.
Right.
And it was a lot to process. You can make a whole dissertation or thesis about Black Panther.
True facts.
But this one, it was very surface level. Mm-hmm. It was very much of an action film. And it got right into the action as soon as right there. Because you needed to know Marvel just gave everybody a big screw you.
Pretty much.
For the first time ever.
Yeah.
So, it's... Maybe after talking about this, I'd give it a 4.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm still in my 6 or 7. I'm still in my 6 or 7. Like I said, in the non-spoiler version, this was the first Marvel movie where I really felt like they dropped the ball. There were a couple where they were like, oh yeah, they fumbled the ball a little bit, and they picked it up, and they still ended up winning the game. This is the one where they just
dropped it.
They caught the pass. Somebody, arm barred them, and then they dropped the ball when they were falling.
And DC said interception.
DC, this is your chance. You can come back. You can be awesome. You're not going to, but you could do it. But you're not going to do it. But you could.
Are you done?
But you could. Okay.
So, yeah.
That'll be it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
this is the spoiler movie review for Infinity Wars. I am Jeff the Christian Gamer. My lovely wife from Reese TV and I will catch you guys next time.
Yeah. And we're going to do... Our kids want to do a review. So you can join us on our 3rd channel. And you could see the kids give their review.
Yeah.
They cried.
Multiple times, actually. It was cute, but a little bit annoying. But it was cute.
And then they kept on kissing me.
Yeah. No, you were like this.
What?
You were like this.